My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. I hope you all are doing well. What I have here on this table is a product that I've had a lot of viewers write in asking about. So I've been testing this out for roughly 8 months now. Maybe just a little bit longer than that, actually. This is the STANLEY Adventure 2-gallon fast flow water jug. That is the name of the product. This holds 2 gallons worth of capacity, and it is insulated. This jug was designed for multiple purposes. First, it was designed to be tough and durable, tough enough to throw it in the back of your truck and still not leak. Or you could put it inside of your vehicle and again, not have any leaking. So yes, you can use this for overland purposes. You can take this out camping. You can use this at the house, at parties, so on and so forth. For any sort of purpose where you need 2 gallons worth of capacity, that's what this is for. You don't have to fill this up with just water. You could put ice inside of this. You can have drinks. You can use it as a cooler. You could also make mixed drinks inside of this, such as Gatorade or whatever else that you want to. I've heard of people making alcoholic beverages inside of this and using this at parties. When it comes to the use case with this product for myself, I've used this in one of 2 ways. 1, for like family campouts. 2, for overlanding trips, namely travel. I will talk about all of my experiences with doing those type of activities in just a second. To start, let's take a look at what this is and its features. So up here at the top, we have the lid. The lid is latched on to the body. We have a handle up here that can be tightened and loosened. Right here, we have a ventilation valve. Down at the bottom, we have the spout. With the lid here, it is held on by 4 latches, which pop loose very easily and go back on very easily. Talking about the spout, this comes in roughly 3 different pieces. Piece 1, piece 2, and on the inside there's piece 3. Right now, the valve at the top is closed. Just a little bit of water will come through when that is closed. When we open it, a whole lot more water comes out. That is what is referenced as far as the name of this product goes, fast flow. We will go ahead and open this up. Looking at the inside of the lid, you can see that this top part here is wet from sloshing around, but the perimeter below that is dry. That's because we have this gasket here. So down here, completely dry. Up here, wet. This gasket has prevented all leaking from taking place. Looking at the inside of the jug here, there's not much to talk about. Down at the bottom, you have the spigot. All of that comes apart so you can easily clean it. Outside of that, what you have here is a large container for ice, for water, for drinks, and so on. Let's take a second now and let's go over some stats concerning this water jug. So again, the capacity is 2 gallons. It is constructed from a double wall foam insulation, and the container itself is made from a BPA plastic. As far as the dimensions go, this is roughly 13.5 inches tall, and it's roughly 12 inches wide. Concerning the colors that this is available in, it will change over time. So right now, you can find this in light blue, gray, cream color, there's a green, a purple, a white, which you see here. There's pink and a dark blue. The colors, of course, will change over time. Now, everyone, let's go over the claims made by STANLEY concerning this jug. First off, they say that the spigot has been perfected. Because of the design, ice does not get clogged in the bottom. The flow is very good while being robust and non-flimsy. They also claim that you can remove the spigot to easily clean it. With my testing, all of these claims are true. Next, the company claims that this does not leak. With my experiences, it has not leaked at all from any point. Not from the top, not from the spigot. And it hasn't leaked from the air release valve either. To go into more detail concerning leaking, while I haven't had any experiences, I will say there are more than a few people who have experienced leaking from this water jug. I believe that with at least some of these cases, it's user error. And I'll talk more about that in just a minute. Naturally, with any product that holds water, holds a fluid, it can leak. But again, with that being said, this has been watertight for me, for my family, month after month, mile after mile. Next, folks, the company claims that this water jug comes with a lifetime warranty. If you ever have an issue, you can contact the company and they'll solve it. So far with my experiences, this is accurate. When I purchased this water jug, the spout was missing. It was not included. I contacted the company and within 2 weeks, I had a replacement. Next, the company claims that this will keep your beverages cold for roughly 13 hours, and you can have ice inside of this for up to 2 days. With my testing, these claims are accurate, but at the same time, they are subjective. If you have any experience with coolers, you know already that the overall performance of a cooler depends on the conditions that you're in, the conditions that the cooler is in. For an example, if it's out in the sun, it's not going to perform as well if it's in the shade. With that being said, the heat here in North Carolina is not the same as the heat in, say, Florida. Having this in the shade here is different than having it in the shade in, say, Texas, where it's like 110 degrees. Generally speaking, when it comes to a cooler and also this water jug, the ultimate performance depends on the conditions, and the performance variance could be 30 to 40%. And that, of course, will depend on the air temperature, whether or not this is out in the sun or not. Ultimately, what I'm saying is this: your mileage will vary when it comes to this and also to a cooler. Concerning the use that I have with this water jug, I have used it primarily as a water jug. Only one time have I actually put ice inside of this along with some drinks. 24 hours later, I still had ice inside of this. But again, your results will vary depending on the external conditions. Continuing to talk about my experiences with this and how we've used it. So we've used this with like family campouts, family adventures, stuff like that, stuff that I don't film for the channel. We also have used this when traveling down to Florida. We've been using this since springtime, and I have to say, everyone, I've been really impressed with this. We use this to refill our water bottles as we're driving down and also when we're driving back. While we're down there for a week at a time, it stays in the vehicle and the vehicle is parked in the shade. With that being said, every time that we've gotten back into the vehicle, we started heading home, mile after mile, we're filling up those bottles. The water has remained cold even though it's been 90, 95, 100 degrees down there in Florida. Parked in the shade, of course, but still hot. The water wasn't ice cold, but it was certainly pleasant enough to drink, and that certainly impressed us. And again, we've done that trip down to Florida multiple times this year. With that being said, everyone, let's move over to the pros and cons that I have for this water jug, starting with the pros. First, let's talk about quality. The quality of this, at least with what I have here, with what I purchased, it has been excellent. I have no complaints. This is a very well made product. There's no rough edges, the construction is good. Again, I have no complaints at all. As far as the design goes, it's very good, but I will say this: some slight improvements could be made, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. Already, I've spoken about this being watertight, and for us, it has been watertight. No leaking after thousands of miles of travel, numerous camping trips, trips to the cabin, and so on. No issues. Something else I like about this is the fact that it's lightweight. 4.4 pounds empty. When it's full, it's right at 20 pounds, which is not bad. It's definitely manageable for most people. I will say that for some women, 20 pounds can be quite heavy. Of course, that is subjective, but I know, like with Susie, she's a small lady, and for her, this is a little bit heavy, this is a little bit awkward. But with that being said, I think for most people, they're not going to have any true struggles. Something else I like about this is the color. This is a sharp looking water jug. Does the appearance of your water jug matter? No, not really. But do I like this? Yes, I do. I also like the fact that the company offers this in all sorts of different colors, and they're changing all the time. So the odds are, if you decide that you like this, you want this, you can find this in a color combination that you like. Without a doubt, using this is very, very easy. It is very, very simple. Everything's very straightforward here. At the same time, I have to say that I like the versatility of this. You can use this in so many different ways. Out on camping trips, overlanding, at your house, when you're mowing the yard and it's a hot day, you can fill this up with some ice water, whatever you want to. and you're good to go. Naturally, you can use this for parties, and you could also use it as a cooler. Fill it full of ice, fill it full of drinks, even put food in it. The truth is, you can use this not only as a water jug, but as a cooler. And because of that, you have a lot of versatility here. A lot of potential use cases. Concerning the valve, I like it too. It does exactly what it is designed to do. It's easy to use, it's very large. Plus, the flow here is excellent. Do keep in mind that the flow rate will change as this gets emptier and emptier. When it's full, there's more pressure. As that level decreases, there's less pressure. But overall, the overall performance, the flow of this, is very good, very reasonable. At the same time, the nozzle here is the perfect size to allow you to fill up water bottles. That is 1 liter in about 15 seconds. In regards to the handle, it does exactly what it is designed to do, and at the same time, it's very comfortable. You can pick this up, and it's comfortable in the hand. It doesn't dig into your palm or your fingers at all. Going back to the spigot, I should mention that this is easy to clean. Again, the entire thing comes apart. I want to say it's like 3 or 4 pieces, something like that. It has been a while since I took this apart and had to clean it. And that's because most of the time, I have nothing but water inside of this. That right there wraps up the pros. Now let's talk about the cons. Con number 1. I wish there were more handles on this, especially for, smaller individuals, women and whatnot. They may have issues with picking up this much weight. The handle is good, but if there were handles on the side, that would be even better. Even for guys who are filling this up, like say in their sink, having those handles to be able to pick this up and out, that would be beneficial. Con number 2 deals with condensation. I believe some of the reports of leaking are nothing more than condensation forming on the outside, namely on the bottom of the jug. You have to consider, folks, when you have something cool on the inside and it's hot on the outside, condensation will happen. And the first place that is going to happen is on the very bottom of the jug. The only time that I have noticed condensation forming on this is when we were down in Florida. Cold contents meets very hot, very humid air, and condensation does form on the bottom. Condensation is possible with any cooler, any water jug. So in truth, it's not a con, but it is something that you need to consider. A true con for this is that while stable on the ground, stable on a table, this is not stable inside of your vehicle. So you do need to consider how you plan to stabilize this and keep this from falling over and rolling around. For myself, I've come up with a solution. And that solution is a foldable crate with a towel in the bottom. The towel is for condensation control. What I like about the foldable crate is that you can fold it up when you don't need it, and then you can pop it back out when you do. Boom, just like that, nice and easy, nothing to it. When we're heading out on a trip, we take the towel, put this in the bottom, take the water jug, and sit it on top. And now, this is not going to go anywhere. And if condensation does form, it's not going to make a mess. And those, everyone, are the cons that I have for this water jug. Now let's talk about potential leaking and how to solve most issues. First things first, you have to make sure that the spout is completely secure and that on the inside, the nut is as tight as possible. If it's not tight, if this is loose, it can leak. Next, everyone, you need to make sure that the air release valve is closed. If it's not closed, you're allowing free-flowing pressure on the inside of this, which could cause potential leaking. In addition, you have to make sure that the lid is completely sealed. In addition, you need to be prepared for condensation. There's a lot of people who think this is leaking when it's nothing more than condensation buildup. And again, condensation buildup is possible on any water jug, any cooler. The final reason that I believe some people experience leaking is because their jug leaks. You have to consider this is just a container that holds water, and it does have multiple weak points. When it comes to manufacturing, nothing is perfect. If someone has an issue with a leaking jug, they should contact Stanley, and hopefully the company will take care of them. I can report for myself. This showed up, it was missing the valve, and Stanley took care of me, and they did so very, very quickly. Hopefully that's the case for everyone else. With that being said, I did not use any influence that this channel has to get the part. I used my private email. They had no idea that it was the Outdoor Gear Review contacting them. And that right there, my friends, wraps up my review for the STANLEY Adventure 2-gallon fast flow water jug. What a name. All in all, I can sing this product's praises. I can recommend it. After roughly 8 months of use, thousands of miles with travel, not just on pavement, but also on bumpy forest roads, this has been watertight. It has not leaked, and it has not let me down. For $55, this is a very well made cooler slash water jug. You can of course use this any way that you want to, and it's nice being able to have that versatility. With that being said, I am done talking. Now it's your turn. In the comment section down below, share your thoughts, share your experiences. If you have one of these, if you have used one of these, what were your experiences, good and bad? To everyone who wrote in asking me to review this, thank you so much for the recommendation, the suggestion. I do appreciate it. If there's something that you feel like I should review, let me know and I'll see what I can do. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the thumbs up. It's a great way to support this channel, a channel that is agenda-free. Stanley did not send this to me. I purchased this with my own money, and that means that I can tell you all the truth about this product. Where other YouTubers have to say what the companies tell them because they were sent the products for free, I purchased this with my own money. I do not care if you buy it. It means nothing to me. Until next time, everyone, take care, be well, strength and honor. See ya.